What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Respectfully. I am your host, Cam Farmer, and tonight, man, I have a very special guest with us. Is a childhood friend. We grew up in church together. We are in a vacation Bible school together, man. Dude is a freak athlete, a double machine, whatever you want to call this man. I have none other than Mr. DJ Freeman. What's up, my guy? How you doing?
Man, how's it going? Been a while.
Yeah, man. No, it's been a long time. And I know we've been in communication about having you on, man. Any way possible, but now you are here, and on behalf of everyone at Go Time, I am the only person. We are excited to have you here, man. So thank you for being here tonight.
Appreciate the invitation, man.
Yeah. So we just gonna get right into this, man. Before we get into, obviously before the recording, we spoke on uh what the plan for this episode and what I wanted to talk to you about and ask you questions about. But before we get into that, I want to just ask you a couple questions, man, about who you are as a person, man. Where are you from and things of that nature. I know where you're from, but our audience don't know where you're from.
Sure.
Um, but to cap this segment off, I want to ask you how you grew to love the game of basketball. But just start off with just introducing yourself, man. Like, where are you from? The floor is yours.
For sure. DJ Freeman, um, originally from Montgomery, Alabama. Parents raised me and my brothers there, and we ended up moving to Oklahoma City. So originally, I played soccer like for a while. Stopped playing probably my sophomore year when I transferred to Cassidy because they had soccer in the winter. You can't do basketball and soccer at the same time. But no, I played soccer, bro. I was bad at basketball. Freshman year, got kicked off the team because I was too bad. Like I just didn't know the principles. I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
Nobody really knows that. But put in work. I'm a workhorse. I'll give myself that credit. And came back that next year and started. So that's really how I grew to love the game of basketball just through work. I started to see where like if I was having bad days, I could go to the gym, shoot the ball, it would calm me, bring me at peace. So I mean, I just found different avenues on how to find myself through the game. So through that, started at Midwest City, got the opportunity to go to Cassidy School, which saved my life. So honestly, like my parents were on me about school, everything. I have great parents. But my peers in Alabama, only a few of them made it out to go to college. A lot of them don't do too much with their lives. I still keep in contact with them. But one thing I knew for myself and my parents wanted for me was to be better than my peers. So going to Cassidy honestly helped me achieve that. Um, didn't do too hot in school growing up. I'll admit that. Cassidy gave me the floor and the opportunity to graduate high school, to learn at a college academic prep level, not just the basic curriculum. So through that, graduated, got to play basketball, got the opportunity to showcase my talent, get college offers through that, and ended up getting to college. Started at Oklahoma Baptist, then I transferred to Cassidy. Not Cassidy, I'm tripping. Transferred to Angelo State where I graduated with honors, magna cum laude. So Cassidy set that up. Cassidy set that up. So never in a million years would I have thought I would have graduated with honors. My first school I had a 1.5. Couldn't even transfer. Had to get that right. Get that up to a 2.0 and ended up graduating Angelo State with a 3.5. So can't even complain about none of that. God is good, but also the different avenues I took to get there set me up. So
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah. No, that's great, man. One of the things that you spoke about, pertaining to Cassidy is that it saved your life.
Sure.
Talk a little bit more about that because it's not every day that you hear an athlete speak on, let alone a student rather speak on how school uh, is personified as an individual that saves someone's life. So talk a little bit more about that.
Uh, I'll start with the curriculum. It was harder. Um, as every student knows, students don't like school. Students don't like to study. Students don't like to do homework. They forced, like, not forced us, but like it was required. You had to study if you wanted to be successful there. You had to do your work. You had to do your homework. So I learned how to be a good student. I learned how to be a student there. But also just from the aspect of it's a majority white school. So like me not being around too many, you feel me? Like um you gotta present yourself a different way. Different cultures, different ways we all grew up. So just being around just different types of people developed me my character, developed me as a person, but also just the resources I had and the people I could talk to, the mentors, the principals, the other student athletes, the coaches, like just really helped guide me the right way instead of just being where I was previously and not having that, just doing what everybody else is doing, going with the flow. On top of that, it was I mean it was Catholic based. I'm Christian, but I mean just staying around some sort of religion. You know what I mean? Like public schools don't normally see that. So it's a shelter community, but a great community, and there's great people within that. So yeah, if it wasn't for Cassidy, I wouldn't be where I'm at for sure.
Yeah, talk a little bit about um, your first day. You said that it was it's a predominantly white, institution. What
Mhm.
was it like, for you, obviously as the new kid,
Yeah,
being in a new environment, but also what was it like uh to not be around too many people that look like you?
yeah. I ran into a few problems as far as just stuff that was said that I might not have necessarily agreed with or pertain to me. But I mean, like at some point in life, you gotta take a step back and like read the room. Like I feel like what happens in this world is we react before we think. We think off emotion. We don't think off of common sense. So like if something's said that you don't like, you can't just go fight everybody. That's gonna get you in trouble and that's not gonna end up well for you.
Right.
So that's where like my head coach, Coach McLeod. I still work with him now. We're in contact each and every day. I just subbed for his school today, his wife's school. I could go talk to him, and even as a white man, the first thing he told me whenever I ran into my first issue was, "I'm not a black man, so I can't relate to you, but I can sit here and figure it out." And I can pull the strings and find the problem and help you figure it out. So your time here is enjoyable because you shouldn't be dealing with that or just whatever it was. So like I appreciate him. I love him to death, love his kids, but he was a big reason for me being there. Mr. Sheldon, the guy that he's the head of the school. Like I could go talk to him, Coach T, Coach Bogan. So I had different people there I could talk to and stuff like that happen. But man, first day was crazy. You go to public school, you maybe got like 30 minutes for lunch. You don't know what's on the platter for the day. Might be one little thin slice of pizza, might be four chicken nuggets and a handful of fries. But and it's crazy. You still hungry going
Yeah.
through the whole day. Man, Cassidy, bro, they had family style lunch, and you knew what was happening. They had like chicken tikka masala, Swedish meatballs, like all the gourmet meals, gourmet to me. Not used to.
Yeah.
Even they had burgers and stuff. They had regular stuff too, but it was just they expanded the culture because there was so many different types of people. Um, Family style. You have somebody go grab the food. It's a big pot of food or whatever it is, and it's all you can eat. So I never left hungry. So the first day, I'm not used to that. They had burgers and fries. I think I might have smashed maybe six burgers and two whole bowls of fries by myself. They had a salad bar, soup bar, sandwich bar, dessert. So like it was crazy. Lunch was one of the best parts of that school. But then you have chapel. Um, you do got to wear uniforms. It wasn't bad. I kind of like the uniforms because everybody's in unity. Everybody's one. It's like one big team.
Right.
Um, but also like, yeah, chapel, lunch. They had a block schedule. So how we have classes in college and stuff, that's how we had it in high school. So like you might have a class in the morning and might not have a class again on that one day until like 2, 3 o'clock. So you're just chilling. Sometimes you could leave early. You could study. You could do whatever for real. But it was still structured and still organized, so it wasn't like chaotic. So yeah, it was different for sure, life changing, but also it wasn't public. So I had to come to terms with that. But it was definitely better.
Yeah. No, that it sounds like it was, man, especially with that food. The fact
Oh man,
the fact that you took 2 minutes, which I'm glad you did, because now I'm hungry. Um, the fact that you did that, man, no, that's really good. And I think one of the things I took away from that was that you actually had, a resource. Even though he couldn't directly resonate or understand, our struggle as black men, but he was working, right? He was,
sure.
he was like, "Hey, I'm here to listen, right? And I'm here to help you through whatever you need." So that's good. Uh, you grew up as a church boy, right? You and
For sure.
your
Sure.
families were in the church, same church rather. Um, when did you when did you, or you, and you may have already said it earlier, but when did you start consistently playing sports?
Sports probably after I moved here, freshman year for sure.
Mm.
Freshman year, yeah.
Uh was there a desire to play um when you were younger? Did you have like a love for the game of basketball and even soccer, that you mentioned? Was there a love of that when you were younger, that you were like, no, I want to go play now, but I have church?
Yeah, I never really had to worry about like missing out on events or like activities as far as that. That's why I love my parents for that. Like they made sure if I wanted to play or I needed something in particular as far as the sport, they would make it happen. So, um, yeah, I did want to play. I played a little bit as a kid, for the Y and stuff, but it wasn't like a love. It was just more of like an activity. So, if I'm being honest, like if I could still be playing soccer right now, I'd still be playing soccer. Like that was my first love as far as sports. Basketball just kind of came about when I started noticing I could dunk. That's all I could do. Started getting taller. And if you know soccer, bro, like it's not too many just tall soccer players. A lot of them are shorter. So like when it came to the time for them just basically running through my legs and doing whatever, I couldn't play defense no more. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just hang these up.
No, that's real. That's real, man. I want to shift gears. No, we're still in Cassidy. We're still in Oklahoma. I want to talk about your basketball team. I want to talk about where you. People don't know this, but you were a double double machine. I'm looking at. I was only able to find your junior stats, but you averaged 14, 10, uh, 1.9 steals and 1.9 blocks a game. And then in your senior year, you averaged 21 points a game, 11.9 rebounds a game, 2.9 steals a game, and 1.9 blocks.
Sure.
Uh, brother, your record, um, obviously you had a shorter season in
Mm,
2020 because of COVID. But you all went 15 and 6 overall in 2020 in the 2020 season. But the 2019 season, you all went 26 and 8. Uh, how did you, like who did you model your game after? Because when I see your highlights or when I see you on your Instagram, you're like a mini Dwight Howard. Like real talk, bro.
Crazy.
Like just the way he rebounded and the way you rebounded at such a high clip, the way you scored, like what did you do to, perfect your game in such a short amount of time?
Man, it was really just work. Um, I was in the gym all the time when I could get into the gym, get access to a gym. I was in there, but when I got consistent access, I was always in there. So I think it's really just my mindset. Like I'm a competitive guy. I know everybody says they're competitive, everybody wants to play hard. But when it comes to that ball coming off the rim, like that's a different type of battle. That's a Scoring's a different type of battle. Getting steals is a different type of battle. So I guess you just gotta win that battle, win that fight. So anytime I'm getting boxed out or somebody else is trying to get the rebound, especially at that time, like I wasn't finna let them get that. That transferred into college too. Like that's how I was gonna get my minutes as a freshman, as a sophomore, playing with older guys, playing with seniors. At that time at Cassidy, like it was other guys on the floor. Like I'll sacrifice time for my teammates. I want to play too though. So how is DJ gonna stay on the floor? So I mean, I feel like I watched a lot of Kevin Garnett growing up. Like I just liked his dog mentality. He was gonna get it done however the team needed, and he would do whatever he needed to do to make that happen. So like I feel like I can gladly say like I carry on that trait as well. So Kevin Garnett is who I model my game after, man.
Respect. Forget I said anything about Dwight Howard because
On the shoulders.
you know what I'm saying? Like cuz you got because with Kevin Garnett, one of the things that and you watch him all the time like Kevin Garnett actually had a jump shot inside of the perimeter. And so that's what you have as well, except you're left-handed, you know. Um and Kevin Garnett, he was right-handed, but like the way y'all play, like the dog, like the dog mentality that he has. And I
Yeah,
and I say that like I'm not even saying that to be dramatic. Like
that was him
that was him.
for sure.
Like he was mobile inside of the perimeter, but he also had a post up game. You know what I
For
mean?
sure.
Whenever the game demanded that he turn his back, to the basket and he post up somebody, but that's good. Um, I was gonna ask you another question about Cassidy. I completely forgot it. Oh my goodness, that's the devil. Uh, when you spoke about minutes. Um,
Hmm.
you say you would sacrifice minutes for the betterment
For
of
sure.
the team if it means, hey, if this will help us win, then we'll do that. Um, but what is it really like to know that you are a consistent player, but all of a sudden your minutes decrease? What does that do to your own individual emotions?
Okay. Um, I can give you the perfect answer. Angelo State. Um, my last year there, the year I graduated, um, I had just came off injury, broke my ankle, had to get surgery the year before. Um, I got a plate and four screws out for ever being my foot, so I had to rehab a lot. You can't just get back to it. You know what I mean? You got to get back in the swing of things. You got to work towards stuff. And always told myself I don't care what team I'm on. I will work harder than everybody. If there's a starting position out, I'm gonna work harder than everybody to get that starting position. And I've made that happen, humbly speaking. And my first game back, I might have had 9 rebounds, 0 points, zero everything else. Just had 9 rebounds. And that whole first half of the season, I sat. I had a conversation with my coach. We kind of butted heads a little bit. And I love Coach V. But the one thing I told him was like, if one of my other teammates is doing better, like just put them in, sit me. Like I won't mind. I'll still show up every day. not being like disrespectful or anything, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'm not doing my part as the player you see me as right now, like yeah, like let me figure it out, but rock with him. He's been working just as hard as me every single day. But like it was hard because some games, like as a player, you're like, dang, I can get it there and do this and that and contribute to the win or contribute to not let us lose. So I sat that whole first half, and it was hard, bro. Mentally, like I should be playing, but I'm not. Emotionally, you can't just react off emotions. So I mean, I would call my parents and rant to them for hours about it. But never made it a scene. Never made it a problem. Went about it the right way. Stayed coachable. Kept my body language right. So like, I can't speak for other players, but with me, whatever's going on in my life, good or bad, I'm gonna go about it the right way. Went about it the right way, and finished out the second half basically almost like it was a few games I basically averaged a double double. Um, and that was my coaches mentioned that to me. So like, yeah, it's hard. It's real hard. Like that, but that means you care for the game. Like if you just don't care at all, you know what I mean? There's no passion, there's no fire behind that. You shouldn't be playing the game. Like you should want to play. You should want to play. So if you're not playing, yeah, you should feel some type of way, but go about it the right way. Like every conversation isn't meant to happen in that time. So it's a lot of guys that'll have that conversation on why they should be playing in the middle of a game when it really could just happen the next day. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
just got to go about it the right way, but it's hard for sure.
I'm happy you transitioned to Angelo State. Um, we're gonna come back to Oklahoma Baptist because I want to talk about your process with your injury. When you said you had a plate and four screws. Because I know that was a
Crazy.
mental grind. Um, but in Angelo State, you spoke about passion, and you spoke about you play with passion. We are now in a different era of college athletics where it's NIL, right? And you have, an athletics department collective, right?
Mhm.
Which I am glad that all of you student athletes are making money because you all do a lot more than what you all recognize. Do you think that there are players, and regardless of the actual sport, do you believe that there are players who are now playing for monetary gain instead of the passion that they had when they were younger?
For sure.
And if so, why?
I mean, the why would be like, why not? If
Mm.
you got a school that wants you to come play just to play, um, like that's cool. That's what everybody dreams of, getting to college, playing college ball. But if you got that option for the being genuine about playing basketball, but here comes a Duke or a North Carolina throwing hundreds of thousands of dollars at you, especially like a freshman coming in at 18. If I had $100,000 or more coming in me, I'm going with that option, especially if I ain't had it before. Like we live in a world where everybody just wants materialistic things. They gonna use that money, buy cars, buy chains, buy clothes. Um, I mean, I've had my NIL money. I've bought some stuff too, but like as far as like the way it's going, it's bad because like parents are getting involved as well. Like coaches might call parents just to talk about their son, talk about how they want to recruit them, how they would fit into the program. And I know from hearing people's experiences that like the first thing parents are asking now is like, how much money will he be getting? Some schools don't even do NIL. Like any college athlete can find a platform to get money, get NIL and all that. But like those schools that are offering the money for the school, not the other stuff, like I feel like that's killing the game because yeah, everybody's just in it for money now. Like nobody wants to play for free at this point. I've I've talked to one of my friends that's a pro. overseas. He makes some money. You know, professional athletes overseas, the pay varies. And some of them are saying like they'd rather be in college playing ball than over there. Because the guys in college are making way more than what they're making over there. So it's a lot of money in the game, but I feel like the game of basketball is gonna go corrupt doing that.
Is that why you think some former pro athletes are returning back to college now?
For sure. Because like I said, the money varies, but if you already been there, done that, they know you're a pro, they know you can contribute. I mean, they might be getting more cheese on the back end of it. You never know how that is, but I mean, I like vouch for everybody to experience college basketball, college athletics, experience the NIL. But I feel like to a certain extent, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. No, and that's the reason why I asked that, because I know before this recording, um, I had asked you I was going to ask you your opinion about that, and one of my friends, he hit me up and was like, "Yeah, Cam, like, because I don't talk college basketball because I have some college athletes who follow me, so I want to, and I feel like knowing myself, I can, like, if I'm really into like whatever I'm discussing, like I feel like I can, like, my message will get lost in how I deliver it. So I just want to be very respectful of them. But that's one of the reasons why I asked you that, because you're a college athlete and you know what it's like to make NIL money. Um, Now, what I will say is, what would you do if you were the commissioner of the NCAA, right?
Hmm.
Obviously, you're overseeing all of the athletics on each division, D1, D2, D3.
Hmm.
What would you do differently that would ensure a fair return on investment to student athletes, but would also help preserve the competition and the integrity of the games and the athletics of these student athletes and that, what they compete in? Like, what would you do differently? Or if you've ever thought about it?
Yeah, I've never thought about that. That's a good question though. For starters, every school doesn't get just NIL.
Right.
It's even some Division I schools, low majors, that don't get NIL, don't have enough money to provide it for the school's sake. So, first of all, I'd find a way to, I guess, make sure every division can get something. Because you got to think like it's guys getting hundreds of thousands, some millions, as far as NIL money at the Division I level, some at the Division II level, but they only got so many scholarships that can go around. Like, put some of that money into scholarships on walk-ons. Um, it's guys in JUCO that don't even got scholarships. They paying straight out of pocket, struggling, and that's on, I guess, every level you can say that. It's people struggling out in the athletic world. As far as being a college student, a college athlete, having to fend for yourself, rent, groceries, gas for your car. Um, you know what I mean? So like, I just find a way to spread the love to some extent to where somebody's getting something. So I do feel like some people should be getting the millions. Some people
Mm.
should be getting the hundreds of thousands. Um, but I feel like there shouldn't be anybody that's getting nothing. You know what I mean? As far as a college, especially as a college athlete, college students. I'm not gonna say it is what it is, but like, yeah, people get scholarships. People gotta pay. People gotta work jobs. But like, um, bro, the athletes, we're doing all that and plus some. Like, some college athletes that are working hard every day for hours, still got to do school, still got to go to work, and they might be working multiple jobs just to make ends meet. You know what I mean? So like, just find a way for somebody to get something, everybody to get a little bit.
Yeah. No, that's what's up, man, and that's why I again wanted you on this podcast to ask you that. I want to change gears. I want to go back in time to
Go.
Oklahoma Baptist. You had a season-ending injury where you got a plate and 4 screws. And talk about the process. You don't have to talk about, how you got injured and things, or if you want to, please talk about how you got injured. But talk about, the process. You are not only relearning to, put more pressure on your ankle, but you're also having, learning to have more confidence in your ability to play basketball, because when you have a type of injury like that, there's a lot of, I won't say self-esteem, but there's a you're not the same before you get injured,
Yeah.
so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Or after you get injured. So talk about the process of what that was like for you, your family, them being a huge support system for you, your coaches. Just yeah, talk about the process with that.
Yeah, man. First of all, it was hard. So like I worked my way up. Being at a new school anywhere is hard. They got returners, they got older guys, and this is going to be my junior year at this point. So like I know the guys just from hooping with them during the summertime. We had summer workouts and stuff like summer pickup. We would play, and they're all good. So like I'm trying to make my impact, trying to make my mark, and I mean like I was starting some games, gained the trust of the coach, was playing hard, and played a few preseason games, played a handful of regular season games, and it literally was the week before my birthday. Messed my ankle up real bad. And I do real good with injuries. I feel like I bounce back quick,
Hmm.
especially ankles. My ankles are strong. I could sprain it today and in 3 days be good. But this pain wasn't going away. So they gave me an x-ray. Nothing came up. And I actually got that x-ray on my birthday, on the
Mm,
8th of December. And nothing came back.
wow.
Wrapped it up. I was in a boot. I was on a scooter, just walking around just to be able to take some pain. And the day after my birthday, we had a game, got a rebound, and a guy fell on my ankle. Freak accident, and it broke. I felt the pop. I tried to get up and run, fell back down. So, like, literally 3 days after that, I had surgery. Dad came down from Oklahoma, so he drove that 6, 7 hours to pick me up after surgery, and I was at the crib. So, like, yeah, you're never different after. I'll never wish that surgery pain on anybody. Man,
Wow.
it's crazy. It's crazy.
What
But
was this what was the surgery pain like?
bro, for starters, like if you laying up, especially ankle, you gotta have it elevated. You get up, all the blood rush down. It's crazy. Can't walk at all. So, funny story, might be a TMI. My mom gave me a laxative. You taking all the pain meds, you really can't go. I almost messed on myself trying to get up, bro, because I couldn't walk, man. But like, no, it's crazy. Like, you're literally just sitting there and couldn't walk, couldn't move, couldn't go outside, couldn't interact all the time. I was either asleep or in pain. So yeah, it was crazy. Put me in a dark headspace, and I couldn't walk for 6 months. Literally
Wow.
couldn't walk for 6 months. Was on crutches, was on a boot, was on a scooter. I remember another funny story. It snowed out in Angela. It was iced out everywhere. I literally had to get on my hands and crawl to my car. You can't get on the ice with the crutches. I already can't walk with my 2 feet now, but no, it was crazy. But through that, I will say that's where I found myself. Everything wasn't going good in my life. I had some good stuff, had some bad stuff happening, but that's life. You're gonna have your ups and downs. But I kept feeling like I was in a reoccurring cycle of just good, bad, good, bad, good, bad. And I mean, I would just go through it. I would thug it out. And the one person I kept forgetting about was God.
Mm,
Praying, getting in my word, um, and just going about stuff the right way as far as that and my spirituality. So like I was in a dark head space. Like injuries will do that. Not knowing if I was gonna come back the same, not knowing if I was gonna recover well. but I recovered well, ended up walking, doing everything I was supposed to do, rehabbing, and I got baptized during that time, not too long after me coming back. And I've been locked in ever since, just trying to work on me, my mental, my spirituality. And now that I tell people that that injury was an unexpected blessing because I felt myself slipping from God, just going with the flow. You know what I mean? Like nothing wrong with it, but I wasn't doing what I was supposed to in his eyes. So that injury brought me closer to him, and through that whole injury, after that, like I wasn't mad about it. I wasn't in a dark spot. Like I was honestly glad it happened. Believe it or not, just because I found him and I found myself through that. And whatever circumstances of life come now, I just stay faithful, stay prayed up, stay in my word, and I feel like I could do anything in this world knowing that I got him behind me.
Yeah. No, that's amazing, brother. I'm glad that first of all, God has healed you. And I'm
Yeah.
glad that you in the process of you in your rehab, you know, you found him. Uh as a collegiate athlete, how important has your faith been to you um outside of sports? I know you growing up, you know, in the church, you know, we were taught a lot of, you know, different things. But how would you describe your relationship with God as a collegiate athlete, as you grow into the man that your parents have been tasked with helping you develop to develop into?
Um, man, I feel closer to God than I ever have, and that's not even just through me. That's through Pastor CJ from Angelo. That's from Pastor Black out here in Oklahoma City, and really just being in my word. It's important. Like I know everybody believes in God, gives honor to God, like you should, as you should. But like until you really dive into it, like it's necessary, especially in college. You're tempted with all different types of things. Um, but also like that mental battle is real. Like not even just for student athletes, for any college um participant that goes to school, that does whatever, even in life. So like just staying in the word really helps me each and every day because it's a living word. You can read that and whatever situation you're going through, somebody in that Bible's been through that. Um, my favorite book and my favorite story to read about in the Bible is Job. I feel like during that time I was like Job, going through all the different life circumstances that could come. Like I felt like whatever I did was gonna be bad. And at the end of the day, I was like, oh, it can't get worse than this. Well, it got worse than that for sure. But I stayed faithful. I stay faithful each and every day. And that turned for Job. And you'll see in your life how that turns too. So like I just feel like having a faith of any kind, like while you're going through that, because it's hard. College is hard, school is hard, athletics is hard. Um, Not even to mention the type of people you're around each and every day. Like it's all different types of characters in the world of college. So like it's necessary for sure.
Yeah. No, I agree, brother. Um, yeah, that's really good. I want to shift gears, and thank you for saying that. Because I do believe that wherever you go, it's very important that we take God wherever we go.
For sure.
And you know, for me, I just as of 2024, I really began to understand the importance of having a relationship with God. And that doesn't just mean, you know, going to church, right? Because you can go to church and,
Right.
you know, not get anything. And, but I think when you truly, really develop and cultivate a relationship with God, um, He'll meet you anywhere, man. Like when I was my first year of graduate school last year, actually, or I'm sorry, my second year of grad school last year, I had COVID. and I was going through a lot of stuff internally. And as I'm sitting, on my bed, I'm on TikTok, and as I'm on TikTok, yeah, man, I'm on TikTok, bro. And when there was a post that came up, and the song was uh all of my worship, like here is my worship, like all of that, right? Bro, when I tell you that as I'm listening to the lyrics, I'm thinking I'm just watching a TikTok. But as I'm listening to the lyrics, literally the spirit came in and tears just began to fall from my face, bro. And people don't understand that you don't necessarily have to be in a church on a Sunday for the spirit to meet you where you are. You could be on TikTok, you could be in your car, you could watch a whole Instagram video, you could watch a sermon. Like like God can meet you wherever you are. Because wherever you are, that's where you create your own altar. And you know, at the end of the day, like you said, right? Everybody's gonna need God. And when you go to college, when you're in college, and just throughout with life, like you're going to be tempted with a lot of things. And um, but it's good to know that God has a Holy Spirit that convicts and doesn't condemn. And so, I'm grateful, for you giving your testimony, man, how you got baptized. And um, and I
Appreciate it.
and I see, some student athletes that I know that I went to school with, they give their life to Christ as well, in the form of
For sure.
water baptism, man. And so yeah, man, I'm glad you said that. So are you gonna be like a pastor, or are you gonna be a bishop, or a youth bishop, or whatever you call it? Because you really dissected that, man, and the way that you again spoke about your testimony, um that I'm glad we actually asked you about that, because I didn't want this just to be about your sports accolades. I wanted
Facts.
this to be about how you found Christ, the mental hurdles you've had to overcome throughout your life. So yeah, man, I appreciate that. I wanted to
Listen,
for the sake of time, I wanted to shift gears, man. Uh, your personal life. You're very close friend of Cason Wallace, who's a guard for the Oklahoma City Thunder, and a huge part of their championship run less than six
yeah,
months ago, or more. Yeah, a little bit less than a year ago. Less than a year ago.
yeah.
Talk about that friendship with Cason, man. Like, how did you guys meet, and what have you enjoyed regarding his game?
Man, we met during that time of COVID. We played with Team Griffin. He came to the closed session. We knew of him. We didn't really know him until he walked in and started hooping on us, and we was just like, "Whoa, who is this guy?" Um, but no, bro. Like we talk every now and then. He's a real genuine guy. Like he's just his own person. Casing is casing. But I respect how he is towards people because a lot of people get that fame, get the stardom, get to the league, get that, and they start forgetting about those that played with him in high school, college. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like he's not that type of person, bro. He's genuine. He's caring. I've I texted him one time because I coach with my high school coach right now,
Mm,
and all the kids love him. They love him out here. They're
wow.
Thunder fans and all of that. And he sent them a video saying hey, and they all started screaming to the top of their lungs. So I was really appreciative of that, and I respect that. I respect that a lot. I got to talk to him and see him after the Hawks game this season. His
Tough.
brother, his brother Keaton plays for him. So that was a good game, good matchup. But no, his game is like top tier. He's somebody that you need on your team and you want on your team. So like he does all the little things that nobody else is gonna do, and plus some. So like, nah, Oklahoma respects him, the Thunder respect him, and we love him here.
Yeah. No, that's good, man. Because I saw it on your story, and I was like, is that that's DJ with Case and Wallace. Like that's really, really cool, man. Yeah, no, I just think, like you said, man, he's the type of player that you want on
For
your
sure.
team. You know how gritty he is on the defensive end. He's a Draymond Green calls it a swing player. Like any player that doesn't necessarily get the most hype from the media, but they are the type of player that other teams respect so much that they game plan for, and that they can swing a series. That's why they call them a swing player. And so that's why we saw a little bit of that, from Alex Caruso and Lou Dort, during their championship run, so to speak. So yeah, man. Like so, before I get into like my final topic, I want to talk about. Uh, are there any aspirations for you to take your game to the next level, like outside of Angelo State?
Yeah. Came home to play for Southern Nazarene. That didn't really work out. And for any college athlete, if you're not in a good situation and it's affecting your mind, affecting your game, affecting the way that you carry yourself, and it makes you want to do out of characteristic things like talk back, argue back, like you shouldn't condone that. Like you can always live your life the way you want to. You don't just gotta be stuck in that situation. So came back, that didn't work out. Respect to them though. No bad blood. But yeah, I would love to go play pro. Feel like I could still make that happen. Got some connections and some people I could talk to if I really wanted that to happen. But um as far as NIL, back to that conversation, I signed up for NIL with the WWE. And normally it takes them a while to reach out, and it took them 2 days to get back to me. So here in the next month, I got a tryout with NXT. So
Wow.
yeah, I mean, something could come out of that. I've been wrestling with a company out here in Oklahoma, UWO. Shouting them out. Love the guys. Got a great coach. Great. I call him Master Sensei. He reminds me of Master Splinter, but Drake Gallo. Great guy. We got a great group of people on the roster.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Just seeing where the wind takes me and staying faithful.
Yeah. No, that's good, man. I know we talked about it before the recording, but WWE, you have a tryout with NXT.
Sure.
Did you always like watch WWE growing up?
Always. Super fan.
Yeah.
Super fan. So for that opportunity present itself was crazy. So like I just signed up, like whoop de doo, I'm gonna sign up, see what happens. I literally woke up that next week. I probably signed up Saturday night. By Monday morning, I had WWE next up, DM me on
Wow.
Instagram. I didn't know what happened. I was just like, whoa. I'm calling my mom, dad, friends, coaches. I was just like, wow, like it's crazy. So it was like an unexpected opportunity. So I don't know what's gonna come out of it. Either way, I'm grateful for the opportunity. Um, man, it's just crazy, bro.
Yeah. Who was your give me your personal Mount Rushmore of WWE wrestlers.
That's hard, bro.
I'll give you mine. I'll give you mine first. I'm gonna let you think on it. Mine is John Cena,
Okay,
Stone Cold Steve Austin,
okay. Them in my two.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson,
He's in my three.
and Shawn Michaels.
Okay. I think I would sub out The Rock for a guy like Mark Henry, bro.
What?
You gotta think though. If you do your research on Mark Henry and see how he changed the game. It's a lot of big guys. It's a lot of different bruisers, bigger guys. But like Mark Henry, bro, he was like I don't know how to explain
Mark
it.
Henry?
Mark Henry, world's strongest man.
Why?
Just
Why?
watch his jump. He's like he gives me the Kevin Garnett impression of WWE.
Wow.
If you look up a story, you know why they call him the world's strongest man, right?
No, I don't. I thought it's because he was just
So
he's literally strong. He's like 400 plus pounds. It's like literally
he
strong.
is. He is. So normally that's a gimmick. But the actual power lifters in the world were coming at him, coming at his neck. Like, you can't call yourself the world's strongest man if you haven't even won the world's strongest man competition. So he hit up Vince McMahon to tell him like, yo, I think I want to join. These guys are saying XYZ about me, and I don't play that. Mark Henry don't play at all. When he
Right.
stands on something, he stands on it 10 toes down. So he went to that event and won it. Like, against actual power lifters. Like, he lifted, he wrestled and stuff, but like, for him to go from WWE, stop doing that, to go show these actual like power lifters, like, yeah, this ain't just a gimmick. This really just me. Back to WWE. And if you watch videos, bro, he pulled a plane. He pulled cars. He bent metal. He was doing all sorts of stuff that a average man, average human being can't do. Like,
Wow. That's
so it's like,
crazy.
it's just bigger than the wrestling for me when it comes to like that. John Cena, everybody want to be like John Cena.
Yeah.
Motivates, inspires, hustle, loyalty, respect. Shawn Michaels, Heartbreak Kid. Like, it don't get no better than that.
Yeah.
Also, he's in charge of NXT, so I hope he see this.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
But who else we have on there? Stone Cold, Austin 316. That's enough said right there.
That
So
that's
yeah,
why because I put Shawn Michaels in to me in my lifetime, he's the greatest performer in the history of the WWE. There's
for
a lot
sure.
of there's a lot of good performers, but they don't call him the showstopper for nothing. Like there's a
Tell me,
reason why he's called that. You know what I'm saying? But
tell
I'm
me.
happy you educated me on Mark Henry. I just thought it was like nah, like because he could literally pick up anybody and just toss them around. Me
Nah,
personally, I think the second strongest wrestler within the last decade is John Cena. That's why I have John Cena on there because John
for sure,
Cena, like
sure,
and Big Show has said that personally. Like
for
John
sure.
Cena is the strongest dude he's ever faced. Like period.
Yeah,
But I'm
look
happy.
at him,
Exactly. Like I'm happy that you educated me on Mark Henry because I did not know that.
bro. Just watch some videos. Like, it was another instance, bro. Steel cage match. They were supposed to rig up the lock so he could just break the door off. They didn't rig it up. He literally broke the lock off of the door to get
Wow,
inside the steel cage. It's
that's
crazy, bro.
crazy. So what about Brock Lesnar? Because Brock Lesnar did that too. He took a door off the steel cage as well.
He's
But
cool. He's cool. I
but he
mean,
but he not Mark Henry though.
yeah, no. Like, bro, it's all like, I don't know. That could change from any other day, but you know what I mean? Like, you
Yeah.
got the Brocks, you got the Triple H's, you got the Booker T's. Like, yeah, it's a whole bunch of amazing superstars. Undertaker, Kane. But like, yeah, John Cena, like you said, Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels. But that switch from The Rock is gonna be Mark Henry, bro.
Wow. I respect that. I respect that. Real talk. Cause I ain't gonna lie, like if you just switched him up like with The Rock and you just like left it at that, I just thought I'm like, all right, bro, like this dude is smoking something, like definitely not Mark Henry. But the fact that I no real talk, like I did not know that about Mark Henry. I didn't even know he left or he didn't leave WWE,
He
but he
didn't.
he
He
was a
left to
part.
do that
He left to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that takes guts. You know what I'm
for sure,
saying?
bro.
Like,
He even said Vince told him like, just know like there's no room in here for the second strongest man in the world. Like, you feel
mm,
me, bro? You just gotta watch it, bro. Cause like, I mean, I love The Rock. He's part of that family legacy. Like,
yeah,
get no better than that. But I don't know, bro. For me, it's gonna have to be Mark Henry, man.
yeah. Final question. Royal Rumble is this Saturday, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Who do you think is going to win Do you? I don't. Do you follow the women's division as well?
I do. I
Okay.
do.
Okay. Who are your picks for the men's and women's world Royal Rumble?
Man, men's. I'm gonna have to go with Roman Reigns, bro.
Mm,
I have to. I know I didn't been studying a little bit. Brian Breaker, he'd be like my second pick just cause like he's a Steiner. Also, like he's creating his own legacy in and of itself, but I need Roman to get that title back over his waist. For the female division, man, bro. I hope Rhea Ripley win. I don't even
mm,
know if she's in it. I think she has to be. But like Rhea deserves to win, bro. She need that title back too. I like seeing it on Jade Cargill, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Stephanie Van Kier, but Rhea, bro. What do they call her? Rhea Bloody
Rhea
Ripley?
Bloody Ripley.
Mommy. Need her to win that. Bring it home.
Yeah. Nah, that's real because I'm gonna be real. Like I think this is me personally. You didn't hear
Let's
this from
hear it.
me.
Here.
Uh I don't think Roman Reigns is gonna win it on Saturday.
I don't think so either, but you just gotta keep the faith. I think Jericho's supposed to come back too.
That's what I heard too.
They
I heard
belong down.
I've heard rumblings. I've been on Twitter and I've heard some rumblings about Chris Jericho potentially
Jericho
making a return.
and Paige.
Really?
I mean, it might be a rumor, but I seen something talking about Paige.
Hey, brother. Hey, brother. No, like that's respect. I'm gonna tell you I think if you're asking me personally,
Okay.
I think Brock Lesnar is going to win Royal Rumble. And I think he's going to face Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. That's just me.
I could see that. Unless they just bring somebody out the woodworks back.
Yeah. Cuz the thing is that I thought that it was going to be Cody. And then if, you said Roman Reigns was going to win, I thought Roman Reigns was going to win if Cody would have been champion, if Cody
Yeah,
was still the champion, it
but
would
we don't
set
want
up.
no more of that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Do you don't like Cody?
I do, but like, bro, how many Cody Roman Reigns fights we gonna have?
I mean, how many
It's-
how many Cavs and Warriors matchups and finals were we
Okay,
gonna have? But here we are.
we talking about wrestling, not wrestling, wrestling. Okay, I got a last question, bro.
Yeah.
I who you think gonna win out of that matchup of Gunther and AJ Styles? It's a retirement match if he lose, but if he win, might be a sad day, might be a happy day.
Gunther, I think Gunther sending him home, bro.
He already sent John Cena.
He sent John Cena home and he sent Goldberg home too.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know, brother. I
Is
don't,
he the new legend killer?
yeah, exactly. Like he even threatened Michael Cole, the announcer. Are we really doing this, bro? Like you're lame.
Hey, we ain't seen Pat McAfee since he
Nah,
looked him up too
that's
though.
that's the thing. Pat McAfee, I don't know what happened with that. Cause he was on the call, like he's always been on the call, but like now, I mean, he's still doing his show on ESPN, but I don't,
He got beat up though.
I ain't seen that brother since what was it, SummerSlam or Clash
Telling
of
you,
Paris or something like that. But yeah, brother, I ain't seen that man. I ain't seen that man in so long. It's crazy work, man. But I think Io Sky is a sleeper to win the women's Royal Rumble, bro.
I can see that.
I I I
Okay,
I she's a sleeper. That's just me. I'm not saying she's gonna win it. I would want to
okay.
see. I do want to see Rhea win the title. Um, but that's just me personally, man. That's just me personally.
I respect it, man. I guess we just gonna have to see.
We're gonna have to see, brother. We're gonna have to
Sure.
see. But Mr. DJ, that is all the questions that I have for you tonight, man. Is there anything else you would like to share with our audience before we wrap it up?
Man, nothing more than just stay faithful. There's always a plan out for everybody, and just continue to do what y'all doing.
Yeah. Yeah,
Sure.
man. For sure. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. DJ Freeman was our guest tonight. You know you are more than welcome on this platform anytime. Just hit me up and
Sure.
I'll book you. But yeah, man, everybody who tuned into this video, please thank you for your support. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends. What'd you say, DJ?
I said, do that.
Please do that, man. We're
Please.
growing. And this is gonna be, I personally believe, go time, and the Respectfully podcast is gonna be one of the best, if not the best show on the face of the planet. But we're working, we're building, and we're grinding. But other than that, everybody, you all have a great rest of your night. DJ brother, I appreciate you for being on. Tell your family I said hello, and that I'm praying for them. And but yeah, you all have a great rest of your night. Please be safe. God bless you guys. Love.
Yes, sir.